Welcome back to the Shaman Valley, to my fellow Shaman Masters. And I'm doing a new type of series for this channel. And this will not be replacing Build That Roster, because I know you guys want me to do more of that. I'm planning on it. But I just been having not that many ideas for Build That Roster, so I came up with this new series called Moveset Madness. And we're going to be doing the potential of having characters and taking characters from different media and putting them into a fighting game at my choosing or you guys' choosing. Because I will explain the you guys' choosing part in a minute. Basically, it will burn down like this. At the end of the episode, I'll give you guys two options. And I'll have a community tab up in a community poll. And you guys can either leave a comment and give me your own idea or vote on the poll. So, to start off this little episode, we're going to be talking about what if Saya Kisaragi from Blood Sea and the main protagonist from Blazer Drive, Daichi, was in the game J-Stars Victory Versus. Now, J-Stars is a game featuring characters from crossover shonen properties, yes, but that's only for weekly Shonen Jump. Saya series is not a part of Shonen Jump, but Daichi's series is, but it's a part of Shonen Rival. So this is just a fantasy moveset if that were to happen. So, let's get into the moveset. As you can see, I have Kenshin on screen. Cause why do I have Kenshin on screen? It's simple. I'm gonna do Saya first since I can easily figure out her moveset, because I have a whole creative idea saved for Daichi, so stay tuned for that. Basically with Saya, I see her playing as like a semi-clone of Kenshin, basically having some of his moves, but yet some of her own to reference the series. So, let's get into that. With her starting attack, I see it working like this. She will run up to the opponent and perform a quick slashes while moving around gracefully, trying to avoid any other up-and-coming attacks, basically implying as her first attack move. And for one of her jumps, I see her jump working like this from like the last Dark movie, as you can see on screen. And also I wanted to say this, getting into her charge animation, since I couldn't find no charge animation to represent from the series of her own, I decided to make one up. As you can see a clip from one of her fights, I see her holding her sword, holding it out in front as she'll charge, basically charging up more and more energy and bar to use. And when you have a full bar, she can tap into her Elder Baron mode. Basically in her series, she's an Elder Baron hybrid, being half human, half Elder Baron monster. So basically, if you want to know why she's an Elder Baron hybrid, go watch the series. I'm not for to spoil. Jumping attack. Basically with Saya's jumping attack, I see it working like this. Remember the clip from earlier that I played from last arc for her jumping? Basically, imagine her jumping and then she jumps down hitting you with a full-blown axe kick to the face. Basically that works since her fighting style revolves around her using either her fist, but she rather uses a sword said in the manga, so we're gonna keep it going from there. And also borrowing with some of Kenshin's other moves where he has some other strong attacks that you can see on screen, and we can implement that into Saya's moveset. Now let's talk about Saya's guard and her guard break. Her guard will basically work like this as you see the clip on scene as she moves back holding her sword, basically implying that she'll be guarding. And with her guard break, I see her moving quickly past the opponent before they have the opportunity to blink, leaving them in the stop motion. You can keep the combo going if you decide to move back and you have the reaction time to do it, but if you miss the grab or miss the guard break, the opponent will fall and you'll have to wait for them to get back up, or you might get punished trying to do it in time, or get late, or get jumped. Dash. As you can see on the screen, I have another clip from the opening. This is how I see Saya's dash working. She'll run at supersonic speed and try to take down the opponent. As for her dash attack, I see her dashing, running up, and just hitting somebody with her sword as a quick attack. So that'll work from there. And we can get into her other attacks and specials. Her first attack, I like to call this one Bloody Rain. Bloody Rain will act as a counter move as she'll hold her sword out, and if the person or your opponent that you're facing hits you, she'll just hop up and move to the side and just start slashing with her sword, basically giving you an edge in the fight. Her attack 2, I like to call this one Fumito's Treats, because with this one she'll pull out a sugar cube and start eating, that'll get you a little bit of health back, Or if you hold down while doing the special, she'll pull out a cup of tea, start drinking, and you can get an extra bar. I kinda thought this move out cause like how Olga uses the milk in J-Star's victory versus as well, and we can get into some more. For Saya's grab, I thought of something working like this. She'll grab the opponent, hit them with the heel of her sword, and then do an X kick kicking them back. As for her attack 3, I like to call it Bloody Strike. Basically, she'll just like do multiple sword slashes and knock the person back. Cause I couldn't find another move to come up with for her, so my bad on that one. Taunts. Basically with Saya's taunts, it works in one or two ways. From where I've seen of the series, she has her normal state and her Elder Baron hybrid state as they act separately on their own. If you're fighting in her regular state, she'll basically do a taunt looking confused and thinking she thought she was holding back, and she'll say it aloud. But if you're in her Elder Baron state and you decide to taunt, she'll basically hold her sword out and say amongst the lines of, "I thought you were gonna be more of a challenge." Now with the other stuff out the way, we could talk about her Victory Burst ultimate. Basically, you trigger her R3, I decided to call this ultimate the Bloody Dance. Basically with Bloody Dance, she'll hold her sword out, hit the person, and so will trigger a cutscene as she'll move from back and forth from side to side to slash them multiply, and she'll do a 360 turn delivering the final blow, sending them flying back. So that will be her ultimate, and if you don't want to use Saya and have her in the back as a support, her support attack will basically be her running out and just hitting somebody with her sword for a quick attack. And for her victory and animation, since I'm going to be doing both the normal and the Elder Baron, if you're in her normal state when you get done fighting, she'll basically bow down and basically make a mistake and fall, and she'll say, "I hope we fight again soon." And as if you're in her Elder Baron state, I want to make a callback to the Blood Sea Last Dark movie. I shall have a coat, make it fall down to the ground, not saying nothing, implying that the battle has been won. Now, we can move on to Daichi. As you can see, we have Suna on screen. I plan for Daichi to have some of Suna's move, but not make him like a full semi-clone like I did with Saya. As for Daichi, I'll have enough stuff to pull from his series, and we can make him his own unique moveset. But he'll just have to borrow some stuff here and there from Suna. So, for the starting out combos, Daichi will share the same light heavy combo as Suna, but we're just gonna have to add some fire ice to it, cause I have a whole idea with his Misty stickers. With his Misty sticker set, you'll have to be using coordinates of fire, ice, and so many others that you see on the screen from his kit, but we'll get into that later. With Daichi's heavy combo, he'll have the same as Suna, but I decided to mix it up and have it do fire and lightning this time around. And this is where the two start to differ. For Daichi's charge information, as you can see the panel I have up on screen, this will be his charge. As lightning will come out, and I had another feature for him with one of his attack abilities, so I'm going to go ahead and get out the way now. His second attack ability will be called Misty Sticker Change. It will act like how Shulk works in Smash, and you can choose the different Misty Stickers you can use in the fight, being the ones I showed last time that I'm putting back up on the screen. So, there will be that. Even though there are some Blazer Drug characters that can transform in the series, Daichi doesn't have a transformation, but I decided to give him one with his full bar. If you have a full bar, Daichi will pull out a Misty Sticker and slap it on his right arm, and you will get the Tommy Ramu. The Tommy Ramu acts like a gauntlet, so you can have like bigger attack power. Basically, you can just run around with it and do more hurting and more attacking. And you might be wondering, Jay, if I have the Tommy Ramu out, can I use the other Misty Stickers too? No, you cannot. It's more of like a risk and reward guarantee when it comes to Daichi. You gotta play right and figure out what you need to do before you pull out the Tommy Ramu. So there will be more to come. As I thought this up with his grab, Daichi will grab the opponent, do an elbow drop, spin them around, and then throw them back. For Daichi's first attack special, I like to call this one Flame Burst. Basically, I'm taking a page from Suna's X-Burner and we'll just basically do that. But instead of Daichi holding it out and blasting from both sides, he'll blast from one side. This move can also work in the air too, just like Suna's. Just to give you a little refresher on what I said before with Daichi's attack 2, his attack 2 will be Misty Sticker Change, and you can change it into different Misty Stickers like Shulk does in Smash. So you'll have fire, lightning, ice, etc, and Daichi's kit to go off of. For Daichi's third attack, I like to call this one Icicle Barrage. Daichi will put his hands on the ground, making ice appear, as 3 big icicles will appear on this field. Basically, your opponent gets close to it, they will take damage or get frozen. But This might be a good little move to use as a keep away tactic or a zoning tactic if you want to win. For Daichi's run, I see him sharing the same run as Suna, but this is where their dashes get different. As Suna uses the X glove as the dash and gets fire boost behind it, Daichi will pull out his older brother Genga's board that you see on the panel right I have up on screen, as he will dash with that. And as for his dash attack, I literally see him just ramming somebody with the hoverboard and doing combos with it. It's the funniest thing ever when I thought of when I was making this moveset for him. But Daichi's guard, I see him sharing the same guard as Suna, as they'll both put their fists up guarding back. And for Daichi's guard break, he could just shoot out a block of ice freezing you in place. And it'll also depend on which element you have out basically for the guard break. And now to finish Daichi's moveset, we're going to talk about his Victory Burst Ultimate. And as for his Victory Burst Ultimate, I like to call this one Team Sky Combo. Basically, if Daichi is close to the opponent and you can trigger the ultimate, you can punch them, triggering them into a cutscene. As you can see, these characters I have on screen being a combination of Daichi's friend and his rival Shiro, as they will all do a combo on the opponent, having Daichi finish the job by doing an elemental blow with his Misty sticker. But these are his victory animations. For one of his victory animations, I can see him putting on his hood and just looking to the side and looking into the camera, smirking and be like, fat chance, try again next time. And for one of his taunts, I just see him putting up a smirk and putting his thumbs down as he was getting ready for the fight, as he would say nothing. And that will conclude Daichi and Saya if they were in J-Star's Victory Versus. Now before you go and the video ends, I'm gonna need a little help from Moveset in this episode too. As you can see, I have two thumbnails up on the screen, and I will have the community tab after this video goes up and you guys can vote on it. Would you want me to do Taya and Jaden next if they were in Jump Force? Or would you like to see me tackle Tifa Lockhart if she was in the crossover game Blaze with Cross Tag Battle? This has been Jay Sakura, and thank you for visiting the Shaman Valley. Peace.
Now y'all look money hungry. That's good. Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't fucking have it. They say money can't buy happiness. Look at the fucking smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby.
It's a new day. I've been counting out the blue.